Till a man go home and what? Till a man go home and wash. Till a man go home and what? Till a man go home and wash. You smelly boy. Might go home and watch your bum. I feel bad for your unborn son. Rooms all messy and she got crumbs. Cups got more, wishing up, not done. Who's this Algerian D-gang side man? Yeah, tell them they cause all on buy back shook. Thought I wouldn't buy back, got sent home, kid clothes.
Good evening, everyone. So tonight I'm sitting here with B2Gully. It was quite a rushed interview, really. I messaged him and reached out to him this morning regarding SCOBEZTHC diss track that got released this morning. I think sort of it's kind of like a shock to everyone, really. I don't think there was sort of any promo for it. It was just dropped. So obviously I just thought it was the best thing, really, to sort of get B2Gully on tonight. I didn't really want to wait. I wanted to get his opinion whilst it was fresh. Yeah, and sort of like let him get his point across. So this is B2Gully, and I think I sort of first come across him, and I think I first met you, didn't I, when like through the Tea House Boys?
Yeah, you first met me when I saw Josh Blitz, and then we bumped into you and A1, and yeah, went from there, really.
Yeah. So just talk about Tea House for me. Like, what was your involvement? How did you get in with these boys? How did you get to know them? Because obviously I don't think you're actually from Kings Lynn, are you?
No, I'm originally from the Norwich area. I was living in Great Yarmouth, and I was coming to Kings Lynn for college every day, pretty much for like a whole week. And I've always like loved music, but I was never confident enough to like pursue it myself, or I never had the resources either. Say studio, I didn't really know the ins and outs of music. So when I first found Josh, when I first found Blitz, I messaged Blitz and showed Blitz what I had, and he was like, yeah, you're hard. And I linked up with Blitz, I done a freestyle with him, and then it went on from there. Me and him become good friends. Within a year, I'd moved to Lynn with my partner and joined Tea House, and it went on upwards from there.
Okay, cool. So so that's just kind of like how you met them and things like that. So why are you not here anymore? Like, what happened between you and the boys?
Well, nothing happened between me and them. Me and my partner at the time, we broke up, and then at that, everything was so political then, and it was either I stayed there and I didn't really know anyone in Lynn or have any certified good friends, so I was like, I'm gonna move out. I moved away from Lynn back to Norwich, and then from there, I then just done my thing.
Okay, cool. Right, so really, I think we should just sort of cut to the chase. This is why we're here. So that was sort of like your bit of like your background. So obviously you went to college. You come across like the people that were doing the music. I think you were a lot more pally with Blitz, weren't you, than sort of any of the others. You know, I chilled with you a few times. I know A1 chilled with you a few times. You know, we all met you. We all got to know you as a person. Yeah, and then you sort of just like disappeared off the face of the earth, really.
Pretty much.
But yeah, so let's just sort of cut to the chase. Obviously, like we've learned a little bit about who you were and just briefed it for anyone that didn't know who you were. So, what do you think of this diss track?
Well, I woke up this morning and I saw Blitz's Facebook story, and I saw obviously Scobes, and then it just got bumped, and that this has been going on for nearly a year and a half now. Pretty much what happened is when I first met them all, they were like, yeah, we're going to charge you. I was paying for them. I paid Scott an amount of money to mix and master for me, and then his laptop broke. I was fully understandable with that. And then it was 6 months later, he still ain't got his laptop fixed. And it got to the point where I said, look, I can help you get your laptop fixed. He wouldn't accept my help. I was like, cool. But then got his laptop fixed, and I was like, yeah, can you either send me my tunes or pay me my money back? And he just didn't. So I woke up this morning, saw the diss, and I laughed a bit. Took it a bit to heart, obviously, because there is this is about my baby boy, but to be honest, when I first listened to it, I've listened to it twice, and I haven't listened to all the disses. I just vaguely listened, and it's not that I really care, but it was before when he first told me he was gonna send me. I was like, cool. I then wrote my diss. My diss then got leaked, and he was asking me to not do any family disses or disses to eat like his daughter or any like just anyone in his like family zone. I was like, yeah, cool.
Hello?
So
That sort of
I
lagged
then
out. That lagged
rewrote
out
a
a
whole
little
new
bit
diss
there.
and
Hello?
everything, got it all sorted. All right, well, where did it lag out from?
If you just sort of repeat that he asked you not to do any sort of family diss, so if you just sort of
Yeah.
go from there.
So he asked me to not diss like any family members or anything like that, and I was like, cool. So I rewrote a whole diss. That was a minor, and then he's obviously dropped this one, and it's dissing my family. So I'm like, okay, cool. And it's just flown over my head. It was like it
Okay,
was
so
out
you
of
said
nowhere.
that your diss track had got leaked. Do you
Yeah,
have any idea about how?
Pretty much. Well, I went to Barker's with. Obviously, I went to Barker's, recorded the diss and whatnot, and then I sent the tune to A1, and I think A1 shoe Scobes, which, to be honest, I didn't really mind at the time because I still had a few more disses like
Yeah.
hidden away. So he's then obviously done that. And that's the thing. I heard this diss like 6 months ago, and he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna redo a whole new one."
Okay.
And he magically just dropped it out of nowhere.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop a diss within the next 3 days, and then yeah, from there it's just gonna stem on upwards.
Okay. Right. Yeah, so I think, like, why do you think he's released it now? I mean, like, he's only just come out with Amnesia. Amnesia's a new thing, with A1 and Scopes. He's done, I think Bar's video got released last week. So why do you think, like, this has come out for you now? Like, you know, you've sort of been out of sight, out of mind.
From my perspective of view, obviously, I'd moved away and whatnot, and then I was a part of Tea House, Tea Gang. I don't know how you want to name it, but I was a part of Tea House, and then I've obviously moving away. I've like sort of left Tea House behind, and then I've done my own thing. I've started uploading my own songs to Spotify and whatnot, and I think he saw right. He is like uploading his own music now. He's uploaded a few tunes, so let's drop this and see what he does. See if he replies. See how he goes about it or whatnot.
Yeah. Okay. What does your family think of it? Like, anybody, any friends? Has any of your friends seen it? Your family or?
Well, in all fairness, when I woke up, I had a message off the Knighthood members and a few others, like personal friends, that had messaged me saying, "Have you seen this?" And without saying any names, a lot of people said it was shit, but me, I'm a humble guy.
Okay, and
It's not bad.
people that said it was shit, were they from Knighthood?
No, I don't want to say any names. There's a few people from Lynn that have said it's shit, but me being me, I'm humble. I've always said music's music. If it's good, it's good. If I rate it, I rate it. But this is good. The way he's put it together, the way the beat was made. Because for some of you that don't know, in the start of his diss, there's bits of the beat that I use to record my diss to him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I forgot what I was saying, to be honest.
Yeah, but no, I think it's fair enough. You know, I think you're sitting on a pretty level ground. You know, and it's nice to hear because I think, to be honest, like, I'm gonna be real with you, the way that you were sort of going off earlier, I thought you were gonna be a lot more erratic about this.
I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed off, but it's got to the point now where I'm like, cool, you want to be on that level, I'm gonna reply back with something that's not better, because you can never like make better music than anyone. The way I see it now, like doing music for a while, everyone makes music, everyone's good in their own way. But I wanna, with my reply, I'm making it so I actually I'm not gonna like sit back on any subjects. I'm just gonna go ham, if you know what I mean.
Okay. And when did you say that would be out? In 3 days?
That should be out within the next 3 days, yes.
Okay, well, I think you should make it happen. I think it'll be interesting.
No, I'm going to. I promise. Yeah.
Do you have
One second.
have a lot of dirt then? Do you have a lot of dirt on Scobes?
I have enough to make me feel comfortable with my first diss, and I also have informants who keep me updated with how his life is going, because obviously, like I said before, like I knew he was sending for me a while ago, so I've sort of built up dirt over the past, let's say, 6 months or so.
So you kind of
And
just been
I've
stacking it, ready for.
Yeah, I knew it was coming, but I just didn't know. And him dropping it, like, I'm obviously self-isolating at the moment because in the household, someone's tested positive with coronavirus. I can't go studio. I don't have my own studio or nothing. So at the moment, I am having to like sit back and put brakes on everything. But yeah, it was a shock to me, but it's a minor setback for the time being.
Yeah. How did some of the things that he said make you feel? Did you take that as a joke, or did it hurt your feelings?
So the main thing that pissed me off and hurt my feelings was the whole baby subject. Like, he asked me not to mention none of his family, his daughter, etc., etc., and then he's gonna mention mine. It's it sent fireworks off in my brain, and obviously did piss me off, and everything else in the dish just made me laugh, really.
Yeah. Well, obviously there was a few things that were touched on. This is not coming from me. Obviously, I'm just here to interview you and chat to you and get your answers back.
Of course.
So there's something being said that when you was with Chloe, I don't want to keep mentioning any names here.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
But when you was with your ex, that you was wearing her ex's clothes.
Right. Pretty much what happened is my coat at the time, it had a massive rip in it because obviously my ex Chloe, we had an argument, it got ripped, right? And then she said I can use this coat, and I didn't know it was actually her ex-boyfriend's coat until about a month later.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And
no, I think there was just something said about it, and I just wanted to address it because I didn't know.
And then obviously back then, the only thing I was doing was I had no job. I weren't on no benefits or nothing. I was literally going off my own back, so I had no income at all. And then when I got some sort of income, I went out, sorted that coat, and like it was all mad. Like I generally didn't know until about a month later. And then you can even ask Blitz. I took the coat off and I left it in the middle of the street, in the middle of Lynn.
Yeah. I mean, like, to be honest, that doesn't really sound like it's your fault. Yeah, if it's cold, you're going to wear a coat regardless. But I just wanted to know, like, if there was any sort of, like, weight to what Scott was saying. If there was sort of any truth or exaggerated truth in his bars.
Yeah, it's the truth. But back then, I wasn't told whose coat it was. Chloe at the time just said, "Here, use this coat."
Yeah.
No, I don't know whose it is. I've just, all right, cool. I'll put it on.
Okay, so just changing the subject. I mean, it doesn't really. It's a coat, you know. But I just wanted to ask you that because I know there's a few other bars in there as well, and I'm just curious. Like, I know with bars, it doesn't always have to be the truth. I mean, it's just there to mock somebody. But I thought like that's just so precise. I just didn't know if that was the truth, and I was just curious and what everybody, you know. It's a chance for you to explain that. So going back to when you said that you were a part of Tea House and things like that, who actually come to you and said that, do you know what, Brandon, like B2, you can come and be a part of Tea House, you're a part of us? Because I have spoken to inside members of Tea House Connection before and after. I mean, I say inside members, there's 3, so you can think about who that might have been. And before, they haven't broken up, but before Amnesia, after Amnesia, whatever, I've spoken to them, and they are positive that you were never a part of Tea House. So what is the crack here?
Okay, right, cool. Pretty much what it was is obviously I'd been chilling with obviously Blitz for ages, and then there was a few shows A1 couldn't turn up to. So obviously Blitz and Scobes, they asked me to fill in his spot. I was like, yeah, cool, I can do that, but it's not going to be a permanent thing. And then after a few shows, me, Blitz and Scobes, we were sat down, we were talking, and then it just come into conversation about me being a part of Tea House. But the funny thing, if I weren't a part of Tea House, why is pictures of me uploaded on the Tea House Instagram and whatnot?
Yeah. that.
And like, yeah, like if I weren't part of Tea House, why am I performing as a Tea House member at shows, i.e. Soulcaf, London. I can't remember the other one that we done. We done one in Soulcaf in Kingsland. We done one in London, and there was another one I can't in Norwich. Yeah, it was in Norwich where I went to as well.
Yeah. So to now hear that you weren't sort of necessarily a part of Tea House, like, how does that make you feel?
In all fairness, it made me laugh, like, but at the end of the day, like, I moved away, so it don't really faze me. I've got, like, behind the scenes, me and a group of people, we're all working together. We've built our own group, but the group won't be announced till next year sometime.
Okay. And what sort of music is that? Are we looking at grime, drill, trap?
It's pretty much every single genre. There's grime, drill, hip hop, trap, pretty much everything.
And what do you think you do?
We've even
What are
got
you?
some drum and bass. Well, I would call myself a drill artist, but I'm trying to like be more versatile with my music. I'm trying a bit of hip hop, obviously. I'm trying a bit of grime as well, but I think drill is my main in the genres.
Is your main? Sorry.
Drill is my main area through the genres.
Okay. Listening to some of your music, some of your drill music, I've heard some of the things that you say.
Yeah.
Is it the truth? Is it fabricated truth? Is it just something you put on paper so it's because it sounded good with the music?
If we go back like 3 years ago, I was a mental nutcase. I didn't care in the world, and there was a group of people that I'd obviously chilled with, and we were all, as people would call it, on job, and we all done bits and bobs. I'm not going to incriminate myself or not, but 90% of my music is straight facts. I will sit there and say that.
Yeah. Okay.
Like whether it's past, present, future, anything, 90% of my raps is straight fact. I did have a tune where it has a diss about I think, wait one second. There's I'm dissing 4 people on one track in a tune I'm dropping within the next 2 weeks.
Can I know who?
But Scobes is one of them.
And can I know the other 3?
I'm not dissing anyone else from Tea House, but I'm dissing other people from the Kingsland area, yes.
Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited for that. And when is that? When am I looking to see this?
Hopefully in the next 2 weeks. It all depends on.
So if this drops, even if this diss track drops in the next 3 days, are you going to be available for me to grab you again, and we can talk about it?
Yes, I will be, but it would have to be evenings because I'm going to work 12 hours a day.
Yeah, well that works for me as well, obviously, because being a mum and things like that, we have to work around life, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So is there any way that anyone can get you on any social?
Say that again, sorry.
Is there any way that anyone can get you on any socials? So can we look at Facebook? Can we look at Insta?
Pretty my socials for everything is just B2Gully. That's my YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. I don't really use much. I've started using Twitter today because obviously the diss. So I'm gonna start using Twitter now. My Snapchat's B2. Everything is B2Gully.
Okay, cool. All right then. So do you have anything you want to say rounding this up?
Fuck Scobes, I'm coming for you. I'm taking your crown, you dickhead.
Okay. Sounds good. All right then. Well, thank you, BT, for chatting to me tonight. I'm hoping to get this out at 9 o'clock, really, to get this response out there so people can see your views on it and hear your side to it.